If you are a parent, I highly recommend filming your whole day. This week, I set up a tripod and I just recorded our entire homeschool day. It's a very realistic view of our day. I kind of just took the camera around with us everywhere we went throughout the day. So as I'm editing last night, I'm going through and I'm watching the entire day back. It is so crazy to me. Like I feel like I consider myself a pretty decent parent, a really good homeschool mom at that. But watching myself back on camera, seeing how many times throughout the day I would do things that I didn't realize I was doing. For example, like interrupting my kids or cutting them off like mid-sentence. Did it so much throughout the day. And I know in my head, like I'm trying to keep us on schedule. And a lot of times my kids, they like to go off on tangents and it will take us forever to get anything done because they keep wanting to tell little stories or whatever. But even things that they would bring up or mention or ask that were related to what we were doing, like I would just give them like a quick answer and then we'd move on. Where you can see that I'm like visibly annoyed that they're even asking something in the middle of our lesson. Also, like the way that I was super short with them at times, you could tell I was getting frustrated or annoyed by them. And I wish I could say that this was like a rough day of homeschooling because we all have those days. But the sad thing is, it was just a normal day. Like I felt like it was a great day. Looking back at the video, like I just see so many instances where I'm kind of like just breaking their little spirits. And it just makes me sick to my stomach. And I know I need to do better in certain areas, especially with like getting frustrated with them and being short with them. I feel like all of us parents do that. But especially when you're homeschooling and you're trying to like keep that love of learning alive and they're asking questions and they're curious about things. But like I'm so focused on, okay, we got to get this lesson done that I'm kind of just like pushing their curiosity off to the side. And you can see it so vividly in this video. And I'm not even going to edit this stuff out. Like I'm just going to let it keep rolling so you can see. Obviously, if you are a parent, not even a homeschooling parent, just a parent in general, like I'm not saying anybody that's creating content or making videos, like just do it anyways for your own insight. So you can look back on your day, see the things that like you're saying to your kids, doing to your kids, like even like rolling my eyes. Like there were a couple times throughout the day that I rolled my eyes at my kids, not even in like a funny way, but like genuinely annoyed. And that's like so gross to me. I didn't even realize I was doing that. So as like embarrassed as I feel at the way that I was acting towards my kids in certain points, like I'm so glad that I recorded our day. I know I was doing it for YouTube purposes, but I'm so glad just for my own insight, my own hindsight. I also had the thought, like if my kids were sitting in a classroom and were asking questions or showing curiosity or just acting like kids, like my 4 and 2-year-old just acting like a typical 2 and 4-year-old. But if I saw my kid's public school teacher react or roll their eyes or speak to them in certain ways that I was throughout the day, like if I ever knew that a teacher was speaking to my kid like that, I would lose my mind. It's okay for me to do it because I'm mom and teacher at the same time. Like, no, it shouldn't be that way at all. So I'm super grateful. I'm obviously changing my ways. Like yesterday, I really made it a point to just be patient, be present in the moment. Like stop worrying about like, okay, what do we got to do next? What do we got to do next? Okay, don't ask questions because we got to move on. Like yesterday, I really made it a point to just be present. And guess what? We didn't even fall that far behind. So yeah, that YouTube video, eventually I'll get it edited. And when I say edited, I'm like cutting out like long spots where the camera kept rolling and we weren't even in the room, like things like that. But I really am going to try to just keep it as real as possible, show you the instances where you can see that I'm like getting annoyed with my kids for stupid reasons. I feel like it's good to just see that real side of parenting, but looking back on yourself, filming yourself and seeing like it's cringeworthy.